Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Thursday evening. It's not too bad this evening. I don't have the burner on, but it is a bit chilly, but a blanket will do. I'll just put a blanket over my legs. Someone had written in the comments, and thank you so much for all the comments, about how they're wondering how we survive on the £50 to £100 a month that I budget for food for the two of us. Now, don't get me wrong, Kathleen puts into the house, but she also gets herself her extras. So if she wants specific snacks or specific food, then she gets that herself. So it's not like I'm feeding her every single meal. But the basics are still there. But I was thinking about it after I read the comment, and I've done a few videos of where I've budgeted, being able to make meals that work out at like 50 pence for my lunch or a couple of pounds for my dinner. And I thought, well, it might be worth putting that together. So I'm going to look at that this weekend. Have a look at where I've done previous shoppings, because obviously I write down a lot of the what we've got for the shopping and how much things cost. And I'll go back to the videos where I've done, like this has cost me that or that's cost me that. And we'll see how we can do it. And then after I'm back from my birthday getaway, because I'm away with Kathleen and the dog it's the week after my birthday. So that's like the first week in November. When I come back, that would actually be a good time to just see how much it does cost me. We'll record everything, because a lot of what I have, or a lot of how I manage to eat so cheaply, is because I freeze a lot, I batch cook a lot, and there's not much point in doing a video. Bear with me, the dog needs out. I heard you. That was a very polite whine. There you go. Yeah, but it's not like I don't have pasta or I don't have rice. And because I normally have at least two, then I don't have to buy that every week. So it ends up that it's sort of spread out. But as I say, I'll have a look this weekend and see what I can put together, and then I will have a go at, we'll do a proper budget of how much I spend for like 3-4 weeks in November, and we'll see how we get on. As for the bread, yes, I know I should have known that we were running out of bread. I did. It was me that emptied the last bag. I thought there was more in the freezer. There wasn't. And I hadn't worked out still haven't worked out how to put the timer on in my bread maker, because normally I do it in the mornings. So I have the bread maker instruction manual with me for looking at tonight, and we'll see if I can't get that sorted. And just one final thing. We have the radio on at work most of the time, on various stations. It depends what mood we're in. But our local station has put out a call a few times over the past few days for blood donors. They're running pretty low. So if you are in the area, if you're in Scotland basically, and you can donate blood, please do. Obviously, for us, it saved Kathleen's life. She had leukemia when she was a baby. Excuse me, she wouldn't have made it without blood transfusions. And I was speaking to Kathleen about that when I came home from work. And I'd messaged her when I'd heard it on the radio going, why is it not a thing with younger people? And she didn't quite know either. But it used to be that every 6 months, the blood donation truck thing came to our town, and we would all go down. And we have a retained firefighting service as well, so they would all go. A lot of people from the construction firms would go. A lot of us who had been at school together and were now at college together, we would all go. So they had a goodly turnout. And I'm not sure what happens. I think sometimes it still comes to the town, but you've got to book and make an appointment and stuff like that. It's not that you can just turn up after work. And I think that's made it more difficult for people and sort of got it out of your mind, because it used to be for us, it was every 6 months you were allowed to donate blood, so off we jolly well trotted every 6 months to the truck. And we would make a night of it. You know, we'd go, we'd get our... we'd go and give blood, we'd get our cup of tea and our biscuit, because you get tea and a biscuit. And then we would go to the pub. I mean, not that we were drinking, but we would go to the pub. There was always drivers in our group anyway, so sometimes, not a lot of the time, but sometimes there was maybe only 1 or 2 of us out of the 10 or 12 of us that were actually drinking. So it became a regular occurrence. Now, I stopped for a while when I went down to London. Obviously, when Kathleen got ill, I went back. Now, the previous couple of times that I'd tried to give blood, I had failed on the finger prick test, so I had to go and actually get blood taken for them to test. And we worked it out over time that it took me about a year and a half to get my blood level to an acceptable... No, it must have been 2 years, because I went back after a year and they're like, no, your blood's still not back to the right level. So I went back a year later. It takes me when I was younger, it took me 2 years as I got that bit older to get my blood levels back to where they could be donated. So they just told me not to bother. Kathleen, obviously, we're not sure if she's able to give blood, but we're going to have a look. But when I said to her, she was like, yeah, it's not something... There's a lot of people who, you know, parents were younger than you, and once they stopped the truck coming every 6 months, it wasn't something that we saw in the town, so we didn't think about it. I was like, okay. So yeah, that's definitely something to look at, is donating blood. So if you are in Scotland and you can donate blood, please do, or spread the word, because they're struggling at the moment. Now I'm going to go and have my cup of tea, and I will see you tomorrow.